Do some of this on a bed or an elevated surface if it's hard for you to get up and down. The work we've been doing this week, if it has been hard for you to get up and down off the floor, the countertop push-ups, the dips, some of the other standing work we did the other day, building hip strength, will certainly help, and of course the flexibility that we worked on as well. So let's get down onto the mat, onto your back, and let's start with just centering ourselves on the floor and just onto your mat, or on, make sure you're on a very soft surface, no matter what you choose to be on. If it's a hard floor, make sure your mat is pretty, giving you a little bit of cushion. It's got about an inch or so of cushion, or you're on a carpet that's got a good thick mat. So just check into that, because we don't want to make it uncomfortable, especially when we go to our side work and the hips or any rolling. So off comes my hat because it was slipping off. And I'm going to have you just lie in here for a moment and just feeling the back of your body, the bones of the pelvis right back in here, the rib cage just gently coming down into the mat, just feeling the kissing of the bones into the mat, the back of the head just hitting into the mat. And if you're feeling like your head is tipping back, just use a towel or a pillow to prop yourself up just a little bit. In fact, if you suffer any dizziness or anything like that, just actually it's better to bring yourself up a little bit more, propping yourself up, and then working from that point there is helpful. So you just decide what's right for you. You're gonna widen through the collarbones whenever we want to think about opening our chest up, broadening our shoulders. It's all about going wide, not pulling down. So just think going wide, giving your hands comfortable to your sides. Just feeling your feet deep into the mat. We're going to take an inhale breath. And on the exhale breath, we're going to do what we did on the wall a couple workouts ago, where we're going to take these bones of the pelvis here and we're just going to draw into the lower belly and just gently kiss the mat with our lower back. And then we release it back to neutral. And again, as you can see, my hand tilts. That's all belly work right there. Bottom and feet are relaxed. And bring it to neutral, meaning that very relaxed space. And your lower back pressures off of it just a little bit. It's what's comfortable for you. And again, just drawing in gently, just feel the lower back. Kiss the mat, release it to neutral. And again, drawing in, exhaling, inhale to neutral. This is a nice lower belly engagement with the lower back stretching gently, nothing forced. And again, and exhale, drawing in and bring it to neutral. And do one more, and it's a nice strong exhale, and release it to neutral. So when I find the neutral now, we're going to bring our arms right up over our chest and just make sure they're at the chest line. And we're going to just open our fingers up really, really wide, as wide as they can go. Wiggle them around, just wiggle them around. Wake them up, breathe in, breathe out, wiggling the fingers around. Then we're going to go ahead and draw our hands together, interlacing the fingers, and reverse and put your heel of the hand up to the ceiling. Just nice big breath. And here you can play with the arms going overhead like you're waking up in the morning, just stretching, and then bring it back up. It's just what you're comfortable with. And over, you can separate them if you'd like and just do the same thing. Just find where you're not feeling meeting resistance, but your body easily flows there. Moving the joints, and each time you move, you should be able to go a little bit further, maybe. Yeah, it's up to what your body says for you today. We'll do one more, and reaching back, and bringing it up. And then from there, release that, arms are out. And again, wiggle the fingers around as much as we can. We never think about our fingers and our wrists, and wiggling our wrists around and ankling around. We work them so much during the day these days. All right. So from here, we're going to let our arms just drop to our sides, thinking the broad shoulders again. Now lift your feet up off the mat. If you need to, if you feel like your legs are kind of whipping out to the side, And you want to give yourself a little assist here. Roll up a towel and gently hold it for a little bit, just to help you find alignment. Because we want our thigh bones aligned to the hip bones, ankle bones right under the knee bones. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to pick our hips up in one piece, just up in one piece. And then we come down in one piece. And this is the straight up lift, focusing on my bottom muscles, back of the body. And exhale up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale up. Inhale, bring it down. When I think about possibly your bra line staying on, or between your shoulder blades stays on the mat, and the energy is purely in the hips, reaching you up, and the belly is just stabilizing the movement. I feel a lot of stretching in the top of my thigh, which is really healthy for me. And back. And of course, my shin muscles are working too, because I'm holding my feet off, which we need for our support for our walking, being able to get those ankles to move. And we'll do 2 more. And exhaling up, inhaling down, and exhaling up, and inhaling down. Then from here, when we reach the bottom, we're going to go ahead, we're going to slide our left leg out nice and long, really stretch it out. Then draw the right leg up and just gently fold it into your body and gently move it back to the 90. This is 90 with a knee bend. Gently fold it in and release it back. Fold it in and release it back. As I'm folding that leg in, I'm feeling like my waist doesn't shorten. It stays the same throughout. I'm just folding in from the hip crease and just giving my back of my body a little bit of stretch. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and put that foot down, draw the other leg up, put the foot down, and then this leg's going to come up and lower to the floor. The other leg lowers to the floor. Once it gets to the floor, we bring this one in. And from here, again, the hip crease I was talking about right here, I fold in and avoid hiking through here. And release and fold in and release and just fold in, release. Anytime you're holding on to your thigh when your knee is bent, always grab behind the thigh. It's a little easier on the knee. And we'll do 2 more, just pulling it in and release, and 1 more, pulling it in and release. That felt really nice. Now we're going to take the legs out nice and straight. Take your arms overhead, big stretch. Reach, everything, toes, fingers, everything's open and rolling around, and you're just feeling all the little faraway places waking up. And then we're going to bend your knees, come back in, and you're going to either grab onto behind your head or your hat or your towel that we did the other day, or your mat. You can hold out like this. We're going to come into what we call a chest lift. So I'll start it with holding the mat, and then I'm going to release that. So you want to think of our pelvis staying nice and still. As I exhale, draw into the belly, lifting up the head and chest. Inhale, and exhale, returning down. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, slowly down. Now I'm going to just switch to my hands behind my head. You can continue with your mat or your towel if you'd like. Exhale, lift. Hold on the inhale. And exhale down. And just coming to the very bottom tip of the shoulder blade. Right there. That's all I need there. No higher. And I'm really allowing my head just to follow along for the ride. Try not to force and pull your head forward. But just let it follow along and let this be the pulling source right here. And return down. And again, exhaling up. To really just exploring your body, see what it'll do. Using my upper back to return back down. And inhale, exhale as I lift. Inhale and exhale, returning down. And here's for 2 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale, returning down. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. And now from here, we're going to stay here and test our endurance or put me on pause. You're going to go ahead and rest. And you're going to take one leg up, you're going to pull the belly in, bring that leg down. Bring the other leg up, pull the belly in, lower the leg. So the whole time I'm doing this, nothing changes in my spine, nothing changes in my belly. It just all stays the same. This time what we're going to do is bring the leg up, bring the other one up, and now we're going to do what we call a little change action. So one leg goes down, keeping the knee joint still, and just keeping the hip joint being the mover. Breathe. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and bring it on down, and slowly lower your body down to the floor. That felt really good. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our arms out to a T and just let the legs go side to side for a moment. And just side to side, enjoying that just nice freedom of that movement and feeling that sensation of moving from my belly. Right deep in my belly is where that's all coming from, the movement side to side. And then if you wanted to turn your head in each direction, you can. Opposite direction, that's what feels good for you. Just make sure your head is comfortable, your neck is comfortable, and you're just feeling this nice, easy rotation. So from here, we're going to bring it into center. We're going to roll ourselves over to the side. Place your hands on the floor and just kind of roll yourself up, and you're going to use the back of your arms and your body to come lift yourself up into a sitting position. So a nice, strong sitting position. I'm going to have my feet are a little wider than my hips. I'm going to grab the back of the thigh, and I'm lifting up in my back as high as I can, wild hair. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to draw deep into your belly, and you're going to roll down till you touch the bottom tip of the shoulder blade if you can. If not, just to the waist will be perfect. And then we're going to roll right back up again and big stretch over. Then we're going to flatten out our back here. And then right here, I've got a nice flat back. I'm going to hinge that back up from this space right here in my hip joint. So right here, I'm all flat back. I'm going to pull my belly in, round myself back, holding. And then we're going to come forward again on the exhale breath, all the way over. Then we're going to inhale. We're going to hinge into this nice, or not hinge, but stack up our bones into this nice flat position. Then hinge back up to the start. So flat back. Now we round our spine. We roll back on that exhale breath, that same exhale breath. We inhale, pause. We exhale, we come forward, forward, forward. And then from here, inhale to flatten the spine and bring it right back to center in that hinge for one more. Round the spine. Ha, ha, ha. And then I hold, inhale. Then that's a nice deep exhale in the belly again as we roll forward, forward, forward. And then we extend the spine, really reaching out, really flattening. Then as a hinge, we're still inhaling. And then we're going to hold right there. That was pretty nice, wasn't it? Then from here, we're going to take our hands behind our head. You're going to push your head into your hands. And you're going to open your body as wide as, your front of your body as wide as you can. If you need to sit on a pillow, feel free to sit up on a pillow. If your hips right here are talking too hard to you, then feel free to sit on the pillow. From here, I'm lifting up as tall as I can. My chin is just aligned like this really nice line, and I feel it pushing back into my throat and into my hands. From here, we're going to go ahead and take a little rotation to the right. Center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center. Stay tall, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. One more, right, center, one more, left, center, hold. Then straighten out your legs if that's available to you. Flex your feet. And then from there, walk your legs together. Release your arms. And then we're going to round our spine and dive forward. Breath in, breath out. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw our legs in towards our chest. And at this space here, we're going to prepare what we call a roll like a ball. And I want you to think about, for you, it could be, I'm just tucking my shirt in just to make sure that it doesn't come undone while we're rolling. It's for you, just to be in this shape might be enough today. Just allow yourself to be in this shape of just this little ball. You can hover your feet off and just be in this little ball. And make sure there is nothing behind you that's gonna, you might bang into, so make sure there's a lot of free space. And then from here, I'm gonna pull my belly in deeper. And as I pull my belly in deeper, my thighs kind of push into my body. And I'm gonna rock myself back and I'm gonna come right back up to the start. And I'm gonna repeat that. So inhale as I go back. Exhale as I come up. Inhale as I go back. Exhale as I come up. And inhale as I go back. Exhaling up. And we'll do two more. Inhale back. Exhale up. And here's one more. Inhale back. And exhale up. Wasn't that fun? I love that roll like a ball. So from here, we're going to take ourselves. We're going to extend our legs out. See if I've been all curled up there. And I want you to put your heel of the hand into the floor. Fingertips are facing. And just take this moment of lifting your chest up. Thinking of your flat back. We're not arcing our back. We're just thinking of really, my arms are pretty long, so it looks like I really can push in. I'm just kind of, I am pushing in, but yours might be a little bit different. We're all built different. So it just depends. So from here, I'm going to push my arms straight. So I feel my shoulder blades travel down my back, and I unload my bottom just a little bit. Then I bend the elbows and release. Now, if that's uncomfortable for your wrists, you have an option of taking your wrists out to the side like so, doing the same thing, or rolling up your mat and using your heel to hand on the edge of the mat, or a towel, either one. So you choose. All right, so here we go again. We're going to do 3 more of these. I've got my hands right by my bottom, back. My back is straight. I push in, feel myself that nice straight back, engaging my lats. Then I bend the elbows and down. So I have the back of the arm down into the back, lifting up and back down. And just one more, up and back down. Do what you can. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take, and we're going to keep the width of our legs. We're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to descend our body up into this nice crab-like, we used to call this crab walk when I was a little kid, back in the 60s and 50s. And we're going to hinge back and bend. So it's inhale, up, exhale, lift. Inhale, hinge, and back down. And up, and exhale, lift. And hinge down, and down. And inhale, exhale, lift. And hinge back, and down. And we have 2 more. Up, hinge up. And we come down and bend. Last one, up. Make sure that chest stays open, the back is flat. That's the key. And hinge back and down. All right, wasn't that nice? So from here, we're going to go and we're going to keep our feet on the ground, shake our arms out for a moment. It's always a glorious moment when we can never work our upper body and the back of the body like that. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to roll back down onto the mat to the very bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And again, do what you need to do today. Just keep moving on your mat. And we're going to go ahead, what we call is this a modified double leg stretch? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our left leg, hit the heel to the ground, right arm is going to go overhead. And I'm going to come back and reach and back, and back, and back, and reach and back, and 4 and back, 5, back, 6, back, 7, and here's for 8. And then rest your head and chest down for a moment, or keep going to the other side. It's up to you for 8. Lifting the head and chest up. Now my right arm is going to go down by the side. Left leg's going to hit the heel's going to hit the ground. This left arm is going to go behind. So from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Both legs up, lifting up a little bit higher. And then from there, slowly, slowly, slowly lower your legs, keeping your lower back deep into the mat, and head and chest go down. Arms go out to a T. Breathe in. We're going to take our hands behind our head. I'm going to take my left ankle, or my left leg, the ankle is going to go over my right knee. And what I'm going to do is we're going to start with a lift to the head and chest. We're going to get up to the top. We're going to rotate over, come back, and down. Again, lift, over, back, and down. Exhale, lift, rotate, in and down. Exhale, lift, rotate, inhale, breath, and down. Exhale, lift, rotate, inhale, breath, and down. 3 more. Exhale, lift, rotate, in and down. Exhale, lift, rotate, in and down. Last one. Exhale, lift, rotate the trunk, and in and down. Then from here, you're going to go ahead and pick up the leg if you can, grabbing onto your thighs right here. If you have a towel, if you need to use a towel, or if you're getting a stretch right there, stay there. If you can lift up, feel free to lift up. And just feel that nice deep stretch right here in the hip. It's up to you. You can also put your heel up on the wall. You can use anything to support your leg, whatever you need, or you can just skip it and rock side to side. And just make sure your head's in a nice place. One more breath into the stretch, and then we bring it on down, and then we do the other side. So right ankle over left knee, making this nice little shape here, diamond shape. We're going to have our pelvis as a nice and square position, no hiking hip. We're going to have the hands behind the head. You're going to lift up on that nice lift of the chest lift. We're going to rotate over to the thigh, back and down. It's exhale, lift, rotate, in and down. Exhale, breath up, rotate, inhale, inhale down, up, rotate, back and down. Exhale up, rotate, back and down. Exhale up, rotate, back and down. And up, rotate, back and down. And 3 more, and over, and back, and down, up, over, back, and down. And let's come up on this next one and just take a pause. Reach through, grab on, reach your leg up, and have that nice stretch of the hip there for you. Breath in, breath out. You can play with, if you're not feeling enough stretch, you can play with maybe moving your hips over to the left, maybe to the right. You just play around, changing your leg angles, flexing your feet. Remember to support your floating leg if you need to. And again, if this is enough stretch, just be here. So from here, we're going to go ahead and put our feet back down onto the ground. We're going to take our legs out to a nice stretch. So we've flexed, we've rotated, we've done all kinds of great things here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our arms overhead, bring your body over to one side of the room, and you're going to use a big exhale breath and you're going to roll right over onto your side. Not fun. All right, so I'm going to move myself back in the middle of the mat. And then from here, with laying on our side, what we're going to do today is you're going to just first off, make sure your neck is comfortable, support it with the pillow, whatever you might need to bring comfort to your body. Pull your belly in and really think about holding it up and in. There's a little space at the waist here. So there's lots of energy going on in my core here as I lie on my side. My legs are a little angled forward, but not much. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the top leg. We're going to bring the bottom up to match it. We go down and down. So it's up, up, down, down, 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 up, up, down, down. One more up and stay here. Flex your feet, super, super strong. Point your toes. Now, if your hip's bothering you, I hope you had stopped. And what you could do is you could put a pillow under your hip. You could put a towel under your hip, but give it some padding. Change, make sure your arrangement of your pelvic bones are right on top of one another. And we're going to flex and point, and flex and point, and flex and point. And we do one more flex and point. Then you're going to bend your bottom knee, bring it forward. Then from here, come up onto your elbow. Pull your belly up and in, holding. Swing your leg forward, point and bring it back. Swing it forward, point and back. I'm really holding my waist long, shoulder far away from the ear. And as I go forwards, inhale, exhale, back for 2 more. And back, and you should be feeling a little hum in the bum there. And 1 more, here we go for our good luck. And bring it back, bend your knee, reach back and grab onto your foot. Big stretch, breath. Do your best. Use your towel if you need to, if it's hard for your knee to bend. If your hip feels it, just do what's comfortable, but we're looking for the stretch to be right through here. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bring that leg up. We're going to swing ourselves around and we'll go over to the other side. And from here, we're going to line ourselves up onto our mat. We pull our belly in nice and strong. Really feeling that the bones of the pelvis are lined, the belly's pulled in, rib cages is kind of melting down into the waist, all lifting up and the head is nice and just comfortable in your, I like to call it a bicep pillow. You can have your arms straight, you can put a pillow underneath your head, just find your comfort. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and we'll lift that top leg up level with the hip, bottom leg come up to match, down, down. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Make sure your feet are relaxed. Up, down, down. You're moving from your inner leg. Up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Last one, up, up, hold it there, flex and point, and flex and point, and flex, wiggle your toes and point, flex and point. You could even do circles here if you wanted to, really prolonging your energies here, and circle around. And let's do one more little circle. Bring it together. And then we're going to bend that bottom knee. We're going to come holding on right there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to swing it forward and point and back. And swing it forward and point and back. And swing it forward, point and back. The inhale is forward, the exhale is back. Inhale forward, exhale for back. And that hum in the bum is happening. We have 1 more. And forward and back and hold there. Bend the knee, reach back, grab onto your ankle. Giving yourself a really great stretch. We're going to wrap it up here in a second. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Doesn't require a lot of room to do this work. It's all fantastic work. 1 more breath. And now we're going to get ready for the ending, which is the best. I don't know. I think I like the beginning too. So maybe the ending is the beginning. Who knows? All right, let's come on over. So we're going to come over onto our hands and knees to start. Walking back, finding your position of your body here, just feeling what we call the neutral. We've gone over this over the 2-week course here. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to decide, are we going to be on our hands, or are we going to go down onto our elbows? So let's travel to our elbows first, and if you'd like to stay on your hands, you can. So I'll show you 2 positions. So now, as you can see, my bum is cut slightly in the air, my belly's pulled in. I'm just going to stretch my legs out and create a plank. So I have this breath in, breath out. The whole front of my body is pushing me away from the mat without moving the bones. I'm not rounding my spine to do it. It's just the energy of my body pulling away from the earth. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out, and bend the knee and come back and rest just for a moment. And one more breath. We're going to do 3 more of these. We're going to glide ourselves forward. And from here, I want you to really sink your belly button into your spine. Feel those muscles hug your spine and your front of your body. The front of my thigh is hugging the bones of my thighs. I extend them out, really feeling everything powerfully integrating, moving together, holding together as I breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and one more breath. You should be loving this, and out, and then bend the knee and come back and stretch. Okay, for the next 2, I'll demonstrate up onto the wrists. So you can choose to stay on your elbow, or you can come onto the full arm straight knee. So same order. Inhale, breath. Everything hugs in. Body's pushing away from the floor. Exhale, breath. Stretch out. Breath in. Breath out. I feel my belly pulling deep into my spine. Nothing's going on in my back. It's all in the front of my body. Breath in. Breath out. Full integration of the body. One more breath. And then bend the knees slowly and come down and stretch back. One more breath. I'm going to slide forward. Just feeling that sense of where my spine is, where I'm holding the best I can. Toes are tucked under. Thighs are ready to hug my bones and my thigh bones. Thigh muscles, thigh bones. Here we go. Reach out. Ha. Hold. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Push away. You're powerful. Push away from the earth. You've got more power than you know. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And bend the knee and come down back to the rest pose. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring our body forward and then onto our backs. Right onto your back. We'll give the hamstring a little bit of a hug for a stretch. So keep your left foot on the floor, right leg is up. Push your thigh into your hands as you just extend the leg up and flexing your foot. And just breathe. You can point and flex, point and flex. Just make sure your pelvis is in a good way. Your ribs are on the mat. Your back isn't arching as you do this. And then just little circles with the ankle. And then bend the knee. Come over to the other side. Again, honoring each side is different. If you're supporting here, you could use a rope if you wanted to. I'm just going to flex and point, flex, and just going where I need to go, and flex and point as it eases up. I could go a little further, flex, point, do a little circle. You can never do enough of these of the day, that's for sure. And then around, and then bringing the feet back to the floor Arms are just by your sides, taking note to how your body feels into the floor, into the mat, the towel, whatever you're on. Take a breath in. And now we're going to start with that same thing we began with, is that just that little bit of a lower belly pulling in, your lower back kisses the mat, and just gently rocks away and lower, and gently rock away. And again, and gently rock away. For one more, just drawing in through here and gently rock away. And this time we're going to roll up. We're just going to draw in, and we're just going to gently push into the back of the legs. We're peeling ourselves off the floor, bellies in, back of the legs are working. Inhale and exhale, rolling down, 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 all the way. Nice work, y'all. I will see you on Saturday. All right. Thank you for being here on Friday. This is amazing. Joining me on the mat. So have a wonderful Friday, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.